learners, thank you for tuning in for our math literacy class today on representing data. We're going to look at a pie chart and a line graph. Did you know that after the process of summarizing data, we then have to represent our data on a given graph like this, which is an example of a bar graph. So whenever we've summarized our data, after the whole process of collecting, classifying, organizing, and summarizing, then we represent our data so that it's easy for us to analyze the data that we've collected, classified, organized, and summarized. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to know that the total percentage of a pie chart is equal to 100%, calculate missing values on a pie chart, analyze a pie chart, identify variables, plot and analyze a line graph, describe trends. What we're going to looking at, we'll be looking at representing data, and we'll be focusing on a pie chart as well as a line graph. You should know how to classify data and summarize data, which are the processes that come before the process of representing data. Classifying data, we're going to look at the following pre-knowledge questions. Classify the following as categorical or numerical. If numerical, specify whether it's a discrete or continuous. Question A says the number of trees in a garden. The number of trees in a garden can be literally counted, and we cannot have half a tree. So it means that that type of data is numerical. And if it is numerical, data that can be counted is going to be, let's write it correctly, numerical. Data that can be counted is discrete. So it is the discrete numerical data, which is the number of trees in a garden. Then we go to B, the height of the trees in a garden. We cannot count a height, so we can only measure a height. So it means it is also numerical because it deals with numbers. Height is values. So, and if it's numerical, then it becomes continuous because it is the measured data. Then we go to the color of flowers in a garden. Color cannot be counted, color cannot be measured, but color can be categorized. It can be put according to different colors. So it means this is categorical data. Categorical data. Then the next question says the number of cars in a parking lot. When we look at the number of cars in a parking lot and we want to know how many there are, then we have to count them. So it means the type of data is the counted one. So it deals with numbers, so it means it is numerical. Then we furthermore specify that it is discrete because we can count the number of cars. Then the speed at which a car is traveling. The speed at which a car is traveling cannot be counted. It cannot be classified according to categories, but it can be measured. So we measured speed using kilometers per hour. So it means it is also numerical because it deals with values. But what type of numerical? It is the continuous one because it can be measured. Then question 3, a soccer team kept a record for the number of goals scored in all matches played. There is a record of all the number of goals that were scored in all the matches played. How many matches did the soccer team play? So we have to count all the matches. Remember, this represents the number of goals in each match. So we've got the first match, second, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we had a total of 10 matches that were played. Then calculate the mean score. This is the summarizing data. We have to calculate the mean score. How do we calculate the mean? Mean is the average. So we have to add all the number of goals that have taken place divided by the number of matches that have been played. So you're going to say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9. Then it's all divided by how many values are there? There's 10 values, so you divide it by 10. So let's add everything together and divide it by 10. Make sure that you add everything together so that you don't miss any value. So we have 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9. Ensure that you have 10 values in total, which gives us a total of 54. Then we say 54 divided by 10, 54 divided by 10, it gives us a value of 5.4. So we've got the mean value is 5.4. So the average number of goals that have been scored in all the matches is 5.4. How many matches produced a result above the mean score? How many matches produced a result above the mean score. The mean score is 5.4. So we have to check how many matches had a goal that is above 5.4. After 5, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, and 9. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 matches that produced a result that is above the mean score. Okay, let's carry on and look at the new words. So the words that we're going to focus on, we're going to define a pie chart. A pie chart is defined as a circular diagram where each sector of the circle represents a data value. For an example, we are given a pie chart there of the percentage of students preferring different flavors. The different flavors that we've been given is a chocolate flavor, vanilla flavor, strawberry flavor, and other flavors. So all of these are represented on a pie chart. So this tells us that 40% of the students prefer chocolate while 20% prefer strawberry. Then we have a sector. A sector is defined as a slice of the pie chart. For an example, this means that it is a piece or a part or a portion on a pie chart. We've got a line graph. A line graph, it is a graph showing trends between plotted points used for continuous data. So a line graph is used for continuous data, which is represented by joining the points. So you have different points there. For an example, we are given a line graph on temperature on the 1st of September. So we have our temperature there in degrees Celsius as well as the time in hours. So we have the time at 9 a.m. the temperature was 0 degrees Celsius. At 10 a.m. the temperature was 4 degrees Celsius. So you will join all those points using a solid line. That is continuous data that has been represented because it is data that can be measured. So we can only measure temperature. Then we go to a broken line graph. A broken line graph is a graph showing trends between plotted points used for discrete data. So a broken line is for discrete data, which is represented by not joining the plotted points. So there we are given a graph that indicates the bus trips and the number of people in the bus trips. So for the first bus trip, we had about 25 people in that bus trip. For the second bus trip, we've got 20 people. So we don't join the points. If you want to join them, then you can just draw dotted lines, not a solid line. So it cannot be a straight line like that. It can only be the dotted line to show that this data is continuous because it's the number of people that can be counted. So we don't have half a person. So let's take a quick break and then we'll continue afterwards.